Alright friends, question number 9. Slightly complex, bear with me. Arvind went from point A to B and Surabhi from B to A. They met somewhere between continuing the journeys. Arvind took 6 hours and Surabhi took 24 hours to reach the respective destinations after the meeting. If Arvind travelled at 54 km per hour, what was the distance of AB? How I'm going to approach this question is, I'm going to draw the same distance journeys before and after meeting. So before meeting, the graph looked something like this. This is where Arvind started. This is where Surabhi started. The distance is something that I do not know, but it is given that Arvind travelled at 54 kilometers per hour. The assumption is that Arvind does not change his speed before or after the journey, after the meeting, and Surabhi also does not change her speed before or after the meeting. So Arvind is moving towards B with 54 kilometers per hour. And let's say Surabhi is moving towards A with V kilometers per hour. Let's say the meeting happened after time T hours. Somewhere here, again, I don't know where it is because V is unknown and T is unknown and the total distance is unknown. Let's say the meeting point was M. This distance would be 54T and this distance would be VT. So the first equation we have is 54T plus VT is the total distance D which we need to find out. Now, after they met, the points A and B don't change. After they met at M, Arvind continues at 54 kilometers per hour and Surabhi continues at V kilometers per hour. It is given that Surabhi took 24 hours. So this distance is 24 hours into V and this distance is 54 hours into 6 which is 324. So far all good? Amazing. So we already have got one more equation when I compare these two is that this value of Vt is equal to 324. So far all with me? If I write the total distance D in this way, I will get 24V plus 324 is D. I have written this equation in black using the initial part of the journey before the meeting, and I have written the equation in red using the final part of the journey after the meeting. However, these distances are same. So it brings me to the fact that 54T plus 324 is equal to 324 plus 24V. 324 cancel. 54T is equal to 24V. The trick here is that I know T is a non-zero value. And I have been given that these two distances are same. So Vt is equal to 324, which I have already pointed here. Mb is 324 post journey and Mb is Vt pre-meeting, which will be the same. So I will to utilize this, I will multiply with T on both the sides. I will get 54 T square is 24 Vt, which is 24 into 324. Now, please note, I will not simplify this. It is not my job to simplify this by multiplying and then finding the value of T. Rather, I will simply write T square is 6 into 4 into 324 can be written as 81 into 4 by 54. I can write it as 6 into 9. I have not done any simplification. I have just written these numbers as product of other numbers in the hope that I will be able to calculate a square root directly. And how does that work? 6 and 6 get cancelled. 9 and 9 get cancelled. So t is equal to root of 4 into 4 into 9, which is 4 into 3, which is 12. Now I have the time that they took before the meeting, which eventually leaves me with the fact that the distance d, I just need to substitute it here, is 54 into 12 plus 324, which is 54 into 10 plus 2 plus 324. I'm just writing 12 as 10 plus 2, and instead of doing calculation by columnar method, I am doing basic addition, which I am more comfortable with rather than multiplication, and the final answer is 972 kilometers. It's a very good question to present ways on how you can simplify your calculations. Instead of finding the square root here by first multiplying this, I just expressed each number as factors of closest squares with the hope that numbers which are not squares will cancel out in each other.